In 2013, I backpacked the Pacific Crest Trail. My copper trees, which I make out of reclaimed copper electrical wire. If you break down, you get help along the way, you help other people. There's challenges with it, and it's sometimes not as fun as it looks. Hi, I'm Sam, and this is Ash, and come along and take a look at the Serendipity bus. It's my 1977 Ford B500 school bus converted into a camper. All right, here inside the kitchen is one of my favorite spots to hang out, right up front, because I left it nice and wide and open. Got a pretty shallow countertop, but it's still plenty for my sink and my cooktop. And then down below, I've just got a simple sink system with 5 gallons of fresh water and 5 gallons of gray water, trash can, storage for stuff. I've got a little spice rack right here that I built in to maximize space. And then I've also got room over here for storage, spices, cutlery, all that sort of thing. It just makes it nice to be able to tuck that all away in a really flush, clean front of my kitchen. Up here, I've got my bowls, plates, cups, and they're all stuck up there with magnets because they're metal and the ceiling is metal. Up here along the edge of the bus, I've got a long shelf that I built in, which allows me to store all kinds of cool stuff, including my copper trees, which I make out of reclaimed copper electrical wire, and a lot of other cool stuff, fruit, and then over here all sorts of rocks and gems and things that I like to have along my journey. So it's nice to just have an open shelf right here that can hold everything in the part of the bus where it curves down and it's kind of not that tall anyway. Up here in the captain's chair area, I've got my driver's steering wheel, which I replaced with this aftermarket one, which makes it a lot easier to spin my chair around, which is what I like to do once I park in order to have a little more room inside and just to let somebody sit here if they want to. But I've also got controls over here for my interior lights that run off the 12-volt power. And then I also have a battery monitoring system so I can watch the voltage on both my starter battery and on my home batteries. And then up front, I've got a nice flat dashboard, which is really cool for just having all sorts of artwork and things that I like to look at when I'm going down the road. I've also got blackout curtains that just Velcro up, and those can drop down and just black out the whole front and make it really nice and stealth in here. And I like to do that when I'm parked somewhere and there's maybe headlights coming in the window, or if I just want to have a little bit of privacy in the bus, because with the limo tint on the sides, it actually makes it pretty much stealth in here with these down. And then I also have a backup camera in my rear view, which allows me to see my motorcycle and know if there's anything behind me. Very essential if you drive a bus. So up in the very front of my bus is where I've been storing all my stickers and memorabilia from my travels. So this was all blank, except for this one sticker from the Madras drag strip, which is pretty cool. That's the only sticker that was on there when I got it. And I've added all the rest of these from my travels all over Oregon, California, Washington, Idaho, Montana. And some of my favorite, like memories are just kept up here, which is fun. Along with some photography that I've taken during my backpacking trips and different things that are just all stuck on magnets, because I love magnets. So what really inspired me to get into bus life was just traveling and backpacking, which I did a lot of. In 2013, I backpacked the Pacific Crest Trail, and then in 2015, the Continental Divide Trail. And coming back off of those trails, it's just like really difficult to be stationary, to be like in one place, definitely not a house or an apartment. So I first got my bus back in 2015 in the end of the year, and I basically saw it on the side of the highway and knew that it had to be mine. And it wasn't built out or anything, it was just empty. It was a blank slate, and ever since then it's just been slowly building it up, making it better, progressing. What really inspired me to want to do the bus life though was just car camping and backpacking and traveling a lot. I was always on the move, and I would find that my little SUV wasn't quite enough space to be able to sleep in and store everything, and so this seemed like a great option, and I was right. Over on this other side of the bus, I've got my cooler, and that also functions as a seat over here on this side. for my dinette, which is another piece of my bus that I really like. This tabletop folds down, and then it's got a leg that can just fit right in. And then you've got a nice big table for doing projects, or I like to swing this TV out and work on photography or video projects, push it back out of the way, whatever I need to do. And then I'm just sitting here on the foot of my bed, which is also multi-purpose, so that if I, need more people to be able to sit, I can have them all chill out on the couch. So back here with my bed, it's actually a futon style bed. So right now it's in couch mode, and this back piece is hinged. So when I pull it out, it can drop down flat and be a lot bigger and more cozy. And then when I need more room, I can fold it up and push it back towards the wall, and that gives me just a lot of space in here and this whole aisle to the back door. Underneath the bed, I've got storage for all sorts of gear, stuff like that, tools. And then back here, I've got my guitar and amp, just something nice to do on the road, making music. Over here, I've got my bathroom / storage closet and a nice full-length mirror, which is really nice for just like actually looking presentable when that needs to happen. And then over here, my closet. I did these bifold closet doors, which just give me a ton more space to open them and not feel like really crowded. And likewise with my drawers for storing items. So back here, I have more long shelves that I built, which allow me to store all my camera gear, different photography that I've taken, things like that. And then more stickers. So Glacier National Park and different places I've traveled in the bus and memories. So I really like to have things that are just like, I wake up and I see them and they look really, nice. I want to do a mural here on the roof of my bus that's just like a skyscape with mountains and the sunset, and yeah, it should be really lovely. I studied forestry at Oregon State University, and that really has just like increased my knowledge and love of trees and nature. And so to me, when I saw, when I almost see anything, I think of it in its like natural state, in like that state of how it can represent something cool. So actually upon wiring my bus, I had a lot of scrap wire left over, and that's what led me to want to create something with it. So I stripped down the outside of normal shielded wire, and it's pure copper inside. And copper is a really soft, malleable metal, which allowed me to just kind of twist it and bend it with pliers and create these fantastic trees that are essentially like plants you never have to water. So this past year, I've been focused mainly on trying to promote this artwork and like get it into shops and markets and festivals. And you've probably seen me around at different events throughout the year. And I'm really looking forward to just continuing to spread my artwork to people who love it. I've got so many friends and family members who just have their own little grove of my trees, and that's a really special feeling. So I love to share my artwork with people and hope to be able to do more of it. I also love to get out and do guiding and different recreation jobs. So last summer I was up on Mount Adams taking people up to the summit, and the bus is just a perfect base camp for whatever work I'm trying to do, because it's essentially my house on wheels. So this is my plant that I'm plant sitting, Steven, and then my little cactus who I haven't named yet, but I'm looking forward to having more hanging plants in my bus in the future, because that's really the best way to keep them alive, otherwise they just tip over. And then I also have my diesel heater, which is a really nice addition because I can just turn that on with the push of a button, of course, and then have some heat in here. When I've spent the winter in Idaho and Montana and like really cold places, even here in Oregon, I have a wood burning stove that I put here where the cooler goes, pipe it out the window, and that's really the best way to have it just be 85 degrees even when it's snowing. So I've got my inverter here, which runs off of my deep cycle batteries, and I can basically drain those batteries all the way down, or drain them down entirely, versus my starting battery, because I have an isolator. So when the bus is running, it's charging all of my batteries, and then when I shut the bus off, the starting battery is on its own circuit and it won't be drained when my house batteries are dead. So that's a really nice way to be able to always know I can start my bus up and have that power. And then I also have some fold out solar panels that when I need to, I can lay out. And that's really been the best option because I don't have a roof deck yet. but I also want to save all that room for a deck. And so fold out panels seem to be the best option right now, and they're pretty affordable and easy to store. So a little bit of power here and there is all it takes. So one of the things that I like most about my bus is its classic nature. It's actually really, really classic front end, basically like from the 60s. And then I've also got my 10,000 pound Warren winch, which has saved me and some of my friends a couple of times. I've pulled box trucks and vans and all sorts of stuff out with it. So a real lifesaver. Up here, I've got my wolf hood ornament, which is really precious to me just because it's like a howling wolf. And as I'm going down the road, it's just like I'm howling as I'm exploring. So under the hood here, I've got a ton of space. And this is actually where I can store my house batteries, floor jack, rake, shovel, jumper cables, axe, all kinds of stuff. And then I also have plenty of room to work on the motor if I need to. I just have to climb up inside of here. This is my 2011 DRZ 400, and I've got it here on a rack off the back of my motorcycle that makes for a fun buck and bronco ride, but it also can be a fun ride when I need to get somewhere. I can just park the bus, unload the motorcycle, and just get around like 10 times as efficiently. It's so easy to ride around and get where you need to go instead of trying to drive the whole bus. This rack back here also allows me to store a lot of my extra gear, like my canopy and my outdoor rug, things like that. I can just keep them on the outside of the bus where it's already dirty, and I don't have to put those things inside after they've been on the ground. On the back windows, I've added a lot of other stickers that are important to me. You know, descend on bend and Lolo overland, different places I've traveled and been. But as you can see, I'm also running out of space on the back windows for more stickers, so gonna have to start overlapping. But up on the very top is where I've got my Serendipity logo, and that's actually something that I made by hand. I wanted it to be custom, and so I traced out the letters and made them how I wanted, and then cut them out very slowly. And actually the front and the back are the carbon copies of each other. So I cut out the letters, and that's on the front, and then here on the back is where I was able to stick the letters. So it's really nice to have something that's like unique and special to me on my bus. And the serendipity part really just comes from the fact that when you're traveling on the road and you're open to the journey and you're just like experiencing it, it's a great time. It's all serendipitous. You run into good people when you need to run into good people, and if you break down, you get help along the way, you help other people. It's just all really awesome, and some of the greatest times I've had were things that I'd never even planned on, and that is serendipity. I decided to go with limo tint on all my windows, and that just really allows me to have a really stealth look. I wanted the windows to be open and original. I didn't want to panel over them. And the light, I really like natural light. So to me, having the limo tint is kind of the best of both worlds, because nobody can see in, and even at night with low light, it's pretty much dark in there. And it helps cut down on the UV light. So before it was like a fishbowl and it was just so hot in there, and now a lot cooler. So to me, having like the inside space is really awesome, but to be able to just pull up and set up a scene outside is also pretty amazing. You just turn the outdoors into your home. And so I've got this area rug, some camp chairs, table, canopy, and then this is also where I like to set up my artwork. So if I'm doing an art show, I'll pop up a table here, I'll use magnets to hang stuff off the side of the bus, and it's just like a whole vibe where you can come up, you can check out my artwork, check out my bus, and it's just amazing. All right, thanks for coming along on this adventure in the Serendipity bus. You can find all my information at samdussel.com. That's also where you can find my copper wire trees for sale. You can contact me about custom creations and anything you can imagine. I also have YouTube videos up of the Serendipity bus life and social media Serendipity bus. So be sure and check those out, and I hope to see you down the road.